Let me just say, stinking sick and tired of people saying they're going to do something and not. I'm so pissed off tonight I can hardly stand it. I do realize that this trip is getting to me. I realize that, man, it is harder than I thought it was going to be. But I am just so sick and tired of people preaching something, saying something, and never living it out. I was just in Marble Falls, a great town in Texas, a wonderful town. I love the town. I was planning on staying there for a couple of days, and I just had to get the crap out of there. I went to a church service this morning. It was a small church, an Assembly of God church in Marble Falls, and there's probably 100 people in the service. The congregation was very nice, very friendly, had nice conversations. The pastor of the church, again, we're not talking a 2,000 member mega church here, we're talking 100 people. He goes and talks to the people right behind me. Obviously they give a lot of money. He goes and he talks to the people right in front of me. He ignores me. I'm a new person. You're talking about wanting to save people and lead people to Jesus, yet you ignore me like I've got the plague. I realize I'm not in a suit. I realize I look like a bum, but didn't Jesus say that he came for the poor and for the sick? I wasn't even asking for anything. I simply went into the service. They had a guest speaker who was a wonderful, great guy. I talked to him for quite some time. He preached a great sermon about meeting the needs of people, finding people's needs and meeting people's needs so that you can convert them, in effect, to Christianity. Well, the part that blew me away is the pastor then turns around and gets up and kind of reconfirms the message a little bit about finding people's needs, yet he totally avoids me like I've got the stinking plague. So just kind of out of spite, so to speak, I go back tonight because they had another service going on. The exact same thing. I'm there early. The youth pastor comes out, gets me, brings me in, very, very nice. All the teenagers, the young people came up and talked to me, introduced themselves. Very, very nice. It was a wonderful, wonderful people. Yet the pastor walked by me at least 10 times without ever saying a word. He knew even what my name was because so many other people had come and introduced themselves. So at the end, he finally came up to me and he said, "Oh, Steve, how are you doing tonight?" And I said, "Oh, I'm fine." And we talked for a brief minute, and he said, "Are you passing through?" And I go, "Yeah, I slept down at the river last night outside." He started to walk away. And then he turns around and he goes, "Well, are you leaving in the morning?" And I said, "Well, I might stay a couple of days so I can find work. I'm passing through, but I need to find some work and earn some money for a few days." Again, I'm giving him needs. This morning service was just on finding people's needs. He didn't say, he could have said, "Well, you know what? I know some business people in town who are looking for somebody to work, etc., etc., etc." He could have done something. But that isn't even the point. I wasn't asking for a handout. I wasn't asking for anything. The reality is he avoided me like the plague. It wasn't like he just went in up to did the sermon and left. He went around and talked to everybody in the whole church, his members, people that tithe and give to that church, but he did not even speak to me until the very end when I finally just dead-eye locked on him to see what he would do. I mean, this is not something against against God. This is not something against Christianity. What I am saying is that if you're going to call yourself a church, then be a church. Don't get up there and talk about meeting needs and then avoid people because it looks like they just might have a need. I realize I might not smell great. I know I don't have on my suit. I understand all that. I'm sick and tired. Church, if you are a part of the church, wake up and do what it is you're supposed to do, or don't be in the church any longer. Quit playing games. Quit playing church, giving people false hope. Either stand up and walk out what you believe, or don't believe anything at all.